For years, if you wanted a budget iPhone, you had to make a compromise. You had to buy a phone that looked like it came from a time capsule. Old chassis, thick bezels, and that ancient home button. But according to a massive new strategic report for the 2026 Outlook, that era is officially over. Apple is about to kill the SE concept as we know it. Welcome to the age of the iPhone 17e. Launching in early 2026, this isn't just a recycling bin for old parts. It is a strategic weapon designed to force a massive supercycle of upgrades. We're talking about the end of the notch, the arrival of the A19 chip, and a camera system that, on paper, looks like a downgrade, but might actually be genius. But there is one huge controversy hidden in the specs, one feature that might be a total deal-breaker for you. Today, we are tearing down the leaks to see if the iPhone 17e is the bargain of the decade or a calculated trap. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the identity crisis. Historically, SE stood for Special Edition, which was Apple code for old body, new chip. But the E series, starting with the 16e and solidifying with this 17e, changes the game. The E now stands for Essential or Entry. The report indicates the iPhone 17e will look almost identical to the standard flagship. We are seeing flat-edged aluminum frames, a glass back, and slimmer bezels. But the headline feature? The notch is dead. The iPhone 17e is adopting the dynamic island. This is huge for the budget market. It unifies the design across the entire lineup. It means even on the cheapest iPhone, you get live activities, checking your Uber ride or sports scores right from the top of the screen. Psychologically, this is brilliant. It minimizes the perception that you're buying an old phone. Okay, I promised you a deal breaker. Here it is. Despite looking like a flagship, the iPhone 17e is expected to stick with a fixed 60 Hz refresh rate. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's 2026. Even $200 Android phones have 120 Hz screens. So why is Apple doing this? It comes down to two things: money and psychology. The 17e uses an LTPS OLED panel, which is much cheaper to make than the LTPO panels needed for promotion. But the strategic reason is fascinating. Apple is targeting people upgrading from the iPhone 11, 12, or 13. These users have never used a 120 Hz screen. To them, 60 Hz is normal. They won't feel the downgrade shock. This is a calculated move to protect the upsell to the expensive Pro models. If the screen is the compromise, the processor is the apology. The iPhone 17e isn't getting a hand-me-down chip. It is rumored to pack the A19 Bionic, built on the 3rd-gen 3nm process. This is critical. By using the A19, Apple guarantees this $599 phone can run Apple Intelligence. We're talking about on-device LLMs, the new context-aware Siri, and generative photo editing. To make this happen, the phone is finally jumping to 8 GB of RAM. This levels the playing field. Whether you buy the Pro Max or the 17e, the AI experience is going to be the same. This makes the 17e incredibly future-proof. Now, let's look at the back. You'll notice only one camera bump. In a world of triple and quad cameras, this looks like a step backward. But Apple calls this a 48-megapixel fusion camera. Here's the magic trick. The sensor is so high resolution that it can crop into the center 12 megapixels to give you a lossless 2x zoom. So effectively, you have a 1x wide lens and a 2x telephoto lens in a single piece of hardware. You do lose the ultra-wide lens, so no 0.5x shots. But for most people, a good zoom is more useful than an ultra-wide. And don't forget the front. The selfie camera is getting a massive upgrade to 18 megapixels with center stage support. In the age of TikTok and FaceTime, upgrading the selfie cam over the rear cam is a smart play for the younger demographic. There is one more thing inside this phone that you won't see, but you will feel. The iPhone 17e is the testbed for Apple's independence from Qualcomm. It's expected to use Apple's custom C1 or C1X modem and the N1 wireless chip. Why do you care about a modem? Battery life. By building the modem themselves and integrating it with the A19 chip, Apple can optimize power efficiency in a way they never could with third-party parts. It supports Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6. It lacks the super-fast mmWave 5G, but honestly, unless you live next to a cell tower in a stadium, you won't miss it. So, here's the verdict. Analysts are pegging the price at $599. If you are sitting there with an iPhone 11 or 12, this is the super cycle upgrade you've been waiting for. You get the modern design, the AI features, and the best processor on the market, all without spending $1,000. Sure, the 60Hz screen is a bummer for tech enthusiasts, but for the average person, this phone is going to sell like hotcakes. It's no longer the cheap iPhone. It's just the iPhone, distilled. What do you think? Is 60Hz a deal breaker for you in 2026, or is the $599 price tag too good to pass up? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the future of tech. Catch you on the next one.